ask him to. Mr. Hovatter? Thank you, sir. So this is, and I'm going to ask a series of questions. I'll wait for the response, because I tend to ask them all at once, and we don't get it. Not that you're Mark, this is to procure with Apple at a not-to-exceed amount of $30 million. My understanding is at a later time, you can then decide to move forward, and then it becomes a ratification. Is that correct?
Right now, the board has authorized us to enter into a project with Common Core Technology, and it's limited to phase 1, and that's the total approval. This would be the contract by which we could procure the devices for that. Should the board elect to authorize a further procurement, then we would not go out and recompete again. We would continue on with this existing contract. And by the board voting to approve of phase 2, the board would be voting to approve the amendment of the contract.
Okay, so that means automatically we would then move to another Apple rather than maybe have several devices, right?
That's correct. This process was to select the device that we believe most appropriate for the entire program.
Even though this is just phase 1, what happens if we don't like this product?
We certainly have every option of not ordering additional ones, and then at that point we would go out for an additional requirement, or additional request for proposals if we weren't satisfied with performance.
So in essence today is we vote for the $30 million, which we originally authorized 50. That this, we're deciding right now for Apple forever, unless there's a major issue.
We're deciding for Apple for phase 1, and if phase 2 is approved, then Apple would be the vendor that we would be recommending with phase 2.
Okay, so it's Apple iPad. See, because I'd like to see a variety of instruments, because this is a tool, not an Indo. Is there a scope of work?
Dr. Lee, we've got 2 more people over here who came up to help him answer.
We're ready to answer any other questions.
Any other questions?
They might pertain to either construction or project management or manager.
I couldn't see it, so that's good. Is there a scope of work for the $30 million? A written scope that we could read?
Yes, there is. That, I mean, you mentioned the $50 million and the $30 million. $50 million was the total project. $30 million was the amount dedicated towards devices or other expenses.
So there is a scope because, you know, because of the cone of silence, I didn't want to ask a question.
Yes, there is. It was well published within the RFQ.
Yeah, but I'd like to see that now if I can. Exactly what work from phase 1 will this contract cover? Who's going to answer this?
So I need to know that the new superintendent of instruction. So the contract, Dr. Vitamin, will cover the deployment of all the devices for phase 1, which includes 47 schools, about 30,000 students, about 1,500 staff. In addition to that, it includes a very comprehensive program of training on how to use the device. So we have mapped out in the scope of work, which we will get to you, is very specific in terms of the number of training, technical training over trainers that and our administrators that they will receive throughout the phase 1.
I saw an original plan back when that said there would be an off-norm position assigned to every school. That's not the case now.
That's not the case here. There will be, I think it's 14 readiness facilitators. 14. So there are 14 readiness facilitators that will work very closely with the 47 schools and all the technical services and training.
So there'll be about 2 to 1. So when we expand district-wide, then that could be about 300 people we're going to hire, right?
Yes, so that 14 is in phase 1. When we go to phase 2 and phase 3, we're going to go up to 200, the number. About 200 and ready to facilitate. Those, Dr. Ladovic, we're talking about LAUSD employee. Part of the contract also assigned from Apple and the subcontractor full-time staff from their organization that will also going to support the implementation.
Will they be record-carrying teachers?
For the
Yeah,
facility.
the 14.
No,
So they won't
No.
later on up to 200. Will these devices come with books that will support the instruction?
so the devices come with a full digital interactive curriculum aligned to the Common Core in English language arts and mathematics kindergarten to 12th grade, as well as additional software, educational software that comes.
So there won't be books.
So the curriculum is the new curriculum, like both in terms of language arts and in mathematics. In addition to that, we own the digital rights of some of our textbooks, so they will be uploaded as well in the devices.
So it will come with some types of books.
Yeah, it will come with a new digital interactive curriculum, which is not like a PDF version. It's much more digital interactive in ELA and math for K-12.
Does this include all the accessories that make it accessible to students?
Yes.
So it does?
Yes.
Now here's my next one, probably for Mark. Has the price been finalized for each of the units?
We are in final negotiations and we have to finalize the process.
Well, my question is, why am I voting when I don't know how much they cost? Because I was asking because I went to Best Buy to price some devices, and my gosh, the variance in price, and they all seem to do the same thing. It was incredible. You're asking us to vote when the price hasn't been finalized.
We have to finalize that price, and I can't tell you now. We were negotiating up until this morning. It's $678 per device.
So
This is a fully loaded, including all every other element, including the warranty.
You're not getting a bargain. You paid more.
Which, by the way, was the lowest price that was offered.
My last two, really, is there something in the contract, because I know we lose about 5% of our books, and these are electronic devices, and trust me, kids are going to spill water. You know what that does, and kids are going to drop them, because I drop mine all the time, and I've had to replace it twice now. So I just need to know, are they going to be replaced by the company? That's part of the contract.
One of our provisions and one of our evaluation factors was how we replace devices that are going to be stolen, damaged, and non-functional.
And so they'll
And we do
replace-
have provisions to replace the 5%.
At no cost?
That's correct.
At no cost.
No cost for the 5% total amount.
I got you. And anything, if our exposure or our breakage or whatever loss ratio goes beyond 5, we pay it. I see. And what is the guarantee on these things?
The guarantee is that they
No, the guarantee for how long these things.
It's a 3-year warranty.
Because I know devices after a couple of years are
Our warranty is for 3 years.
3 years. And they'll service them, or are we going to service them for 15 people?
It would be their requirement.
So we'd send them out to be replaced. So you'll buy more for each school. For kids.
Okay, we will have them on stock and on hand so we can immediately issue them. It wouldn't be a send out and wait until it comes back.
My only real concern is the price hasn't been finalized, and I haven't seen the scope of the first phase, and I'd sure like to read that. I'm being asked to expend not 30 million, but up to 400 million later on. I'm going to be honest, I need to see what I'm buying. And I have not even seen the latest one you're buying right now. I went to Best Buy to go look at them, and you said something like $600. I saw them at Best Buy cheaper. Now, I may be wrong, a lot cheaper, and I don't know. Because I was trying to shop around.
You certainly can get them for less money, but they wouldn't met all the requirements we had. Everyone who met the requirements that we had provided pricing. This was the lowest price of everyone who met.
The money doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Steve?